The National Football League has traveled south of the border as we are in Mexico City, Mexico on EA Sports. Tonight it's another installment of the International Series, and we've got a good one on tap between the Tennessee Titans and our home team. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go. Reset. 19. 54 miles. Gotta do better. Come on, let him go.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Cameron Wake makes plays like that look simple because I think he plays with excellent leverage. Really does a nice job of being lower than the offensive guys trying to block him. He gets underneath them and goes up and down the line of scrimmage to make those types of plays.
And kept him to a short run play there. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Check, check. Box 54. Box 54. All right, T. Let's check. All right, T. Switch. Switch. Leg. Goose.
A first down carry now for Miller. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, 54 yards. And the Texans have taken the early lead. You talk about explosion plays. Here's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Watch twitch.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. He'll have a first down past the 40. And a cut to the sideline. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Corey Davis, 75 yards. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I'm coming after you.
Throwing again is Watson. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
At the 43-yard line.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
A 1st down carry for Henry. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
Where are they, team? Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
They'll try to run for the 1st with Henry. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Titans have taken the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments. Let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking. Beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And now Mariota and the Titan offense, they're going to line up to go for 2. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
Mike
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now a first down throw. Watson. Completion left side to Miller. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. It's picked up by the Titans. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And great effort. Does he get burned for that in film? He fought through some tackles. End result, though, a fumble.
It's going to be one of those situations where he'll get yelled at about the fumble, but at the same time get a check mark for the extra effort. And so it's one of those tough, tricky things for coaches. You don't want to coach it out of them so much that you take away the effort. You just want them to be conscious of taking care of the football.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Mariota to throw it this time. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on second down. Mariota. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Titans. Corey Davis. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Up to the line, Mariota. His guys will go for 2 here. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go!
And now out comes Houston. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt they were in striking distance.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Jordan Thomas, 78 yards. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. Oh, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or 2 today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or 2? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
Bill O'Brien with a call here. We'll go for 2.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
To throw is Watson. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
42-yard line.
March by 4. Hey, 24. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker.
That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They'll get 34 yards there.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Check. 59.
From the red zone now, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Wake with a little wake-up call as he gets in there for the sack.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. After the sack on 1st down, Watson forced out to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A gain there of 21 yards.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
This is it. 19. We got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
That's complete right around the 8. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Texans have retaken the lead. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. O'Brien with a call here. We'll go for 2.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next? And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down. Here's Mariota. Throw left side complete. That's Lewis. Oh, and Lewis lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Watson. Dancing to his left. Incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Check right, check right. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Throwing again. Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun, Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. Succop for the extra point. And oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he'd just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
Throwing on third down, Watson flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there just before halftime. An even 50 yards. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action. Mariota uncorks one for Davis. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? This is taken at the 3. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll start things on 1st down with Dion Lewis. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
41. We got to wedge that. Come on, 40. Let's go. 41's coming. 41's the mic. Hey, here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Hey, 41's mic. 41's mic. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Three.
On third down, Mariota. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on third down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is fielded at the 7. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
After the run, Watson going to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. Buying time. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. It's picked up by the Titans. There he goes, right side. And they're going to bring this one back. A fumble return touchdown for the Titans. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Watson. Throw left side, taken in by Miller. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he was able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. To the air yet again, Watson. To the right side, complete to Miller. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Again, it's Watson. Steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Harold Landry, his second sack of the night.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they're...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Wake, and that will force a turnover on downs.
Everyone gears up for third down, talks about the importance of it. But fourth down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on fourth down.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say...
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 34, and the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Texans on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Tenth carry now for Lamar Miller. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. They'll run on first down. It's Miller. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. The tackle is made by Adoree Jackson.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Texans draw a bit closer. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. He finds an opening past the 40 and brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. Offensively, with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Lewis. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
SOS. Check. Check. Hot. I got him. Back smart. I got him.
They begin with a run by Miller. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Again, it's Miller. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. They'll run. It's Miller. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Switch.
On 1st down, Miller. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. They'll run on 1st down. Miller. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
He's back to throw. Flush to his right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
The Texans on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Miller, he's had a big workload here tonight. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies. Hey, 31! Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. No game on this defense, no game. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Here we go. 54, Mike.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
We got it. Hey, watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
The Texans on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 11.
54, Mike. Check. Watch 54. Let's go.
Now Watson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.